thing in meditation is being kind to your body. It's so important. So, you have a good night's sleep, you have a good breakfast, lunch, or dinner, those having dinner, and just relax the body. When the body's relaxed, it's much easier to relax the mind. And as we're relaxing the mind, you will find the first thing which comes up is just you think too much, always thinking about so much stuff, even though you're on a resort, you're away from the home, you're away from your husband, you're away from your wife, you're away from your mistresses. So, you're free from work. You have nothing to worry about. So can't you not worry? No. Even though we're not at work, we keep thinking of work. Even though our family are quite fine, we keep thinking about them. So in order to help, I'm going to ask you to do a very tough task. Probably the hardest thing you'll ever do all weekend is turn off your mobile phone. Turn them off and don't check them. The world will be fine without you. Malaysia won't go bankrupt when you're not checking the stock market. Your family won't be falling apart when you don't keep telling them what to do. You're on retreat. So please, turn off all of your mobile phones. And you find it's so peaceful when you don't have to worry about those things. And you'll also find it's not so necessary. You're fine, which means that now you really own your mobile phone, rather than mobile phone owning you. Who's in charge? You be in charge and turn off. It's only 2 days, that's all. And for you, those of you who get very worried, no, there's too many important things. I always like telling the story of the doctors in Jerusalem. Many years ago, they went on strike for 2 weeks. The doctors never went to the hospitals to do their operations. And in those 2 weeks, the death rate plummeted in the hospitals. People were much healthier when the doctors weren't going to work. It's interesting, isn't it? I don't know if you've heard the story, but there's a fellow, he woke up in hospital and he complained to the nurse after the operation of having a really terrible headache and a swelling on his head. And the nurse said, oh, it can't be because you had an intestine operation. You never even went up there, you're fine. You're imagining it. He said, no, I've got a very bad headache. And the nurse felt he had just swelling on top of his head. So she went to see the surgeon. There's some complication. Something's gone wrong with the operation. He's complaining of a headache and a bump on his head. And so, no, that's to be expected. Halfway during the operation, we ran out of anesthetic. We don't have to cut costs in hospitals these days. That's only a joke, okay. But I'm sure they don't do that in Malaysian hospitals, do they? But anyway, things don't go that much wrong when you're not checking on mobile phone. So check out rather than checking on your mobile phone. Turn it off for 2 days. And you'll find that makes it far more peaceful. And after 2 days, when you check in again, see what's been happening, you find nothing much. And that will give you a lot of control over those terrible, terrible devices. So that's number one. And